Welcome to another edition of the Lords of Podcast Roundtable. I'm for sure not Hustle, but you can call me that nigga D. Today we're doing predictions of WWE's Over the Limit pay-per-view, and my co-hosts aren't too happy right now because the nigga has a little rehiring gig, I guess you could say, a little interview. The rumors of my purported firing were vastly. I don't even know what a word to come up with right now. I'm kind of
exaggerated.
Tired, so. There we go. Yeah, thank you, white guy, for knowing more words than the black dude. Joining me today is Uncle Jeffrey Witt. Say hi, Jeff.
What's up? How's it going? Glad to have you back, sorta, D.
No, you're not. All the shit you were talking. Fuck you too, Jeff.
Shh.
Also joining me is Y2KRJ, otherwise known as Da Beard, a.k.a. Opie, a.k.a. Kyle Johnson.
So many nicknames.
Well, at least I didn't call you, what was the ones that we made up a long time ago about fucking dropping acid and light right and... Oh, God.
Yeah, too many of
Honky
those.
Kong and etc.
So much white people slander. Also joining me on this call is Fat Boo, a.k.a. D Wade, a.k.a. Glow. Say hi, Glow.
Salutations. Welcome back, D.
I'm still gonna fade this nigga. He's gonna catch a left hook right in the stomach.
No, light-skinned guys can't fight. I hope you know that.
That's okay, I'm half Irish. Of course I can fight. And last but certainly not least, we have the goon, Mr. Cold. Say hi, Cold.
Hola.
He's speaking
What?
Spanish because he has a Mexican bitch sucking his dick right the fuck now.
Wow.
Hashtag Triforce Booty.
Dude, that's funny.
All right.
All right, Kyle, give us a breakdown.
All right. So, coming out of what was it?
Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules. Wow.
That pay-per-view
It's
that
only
nobody
3
heard.
weeks ago, and I already forgot it.
Par for the course.
Out of all of us, my wife is still beating all the LOPR crew right now with 18 points.
Of course.
Kind of
And she's doing a little dance right now, isn't she?
A little bit,
I know
yes.
showed, by the way, but it's alright.
I got 16. Let's see. Let's go down the list. Jeff's got 13. Cold's got 12. D has 11. Hustle's got 9. And then Glow finally got back to 0 last month.
Hey, you broke even, buddy.
Yeah.
I know showed.
And he no-showed Mania, and he made a good showing at Extreme Rules.
Nice
Finally
work.
back to 0. But, yeah. That's about it. So, on to Over the Limit. We got a 6-match card, 2 bonus questions, totaling out a potential of 12 points total, if you can get them all right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope so.
Unless you're retarded like Ro, who decided not to guess any of the bonus questions.
This is true.
He's Filipino. Can we really be all that surprised?
All right. Anyways, before we slander all of our audience, we're going to start with the pre-show match. It's going to be Zack Ryder versus Kane on YouTube before the show. D, since you haven't given any predictions yet, let's start with you.
Oh my God. Is anybody else here thinking that this is too little, too late? Like, why is this match going on now?
Because
Well-
the WWE suddenly remembered it. Like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Maybe we should do something about that.
Like, this Kane nearly committed murder on screen on Zack Ryder several times over. And all of a sudden, now you want to resolve the feud?
Well, you had to fix that broken back, you know.
That shit's been fixed for how long?
Shh.
I really don't care about this match. But if I had to venture a guess, I'd say Kane. Zack Ryder is pretty much the Matt Hardy of both brands right now, to where he's a jobber to the stars. So, might as well just make him job to Kane to make him look more threatening.
All right. Glow, who you got?
I'm actually going in the opposite direction. I'm picking Ryder. The same reason I picked Santino last month. The whole purpose of a pre-show is to get people wanting to buy the pay-per-view. So I'm looking for like a feel-good ending to the pre-show with Ryder somehow pulling out, even though in the kayfabe word there should be no possible way he beats Kane. Especially after the last time he tried to jump Kane and Kane just barely looked at him and he collapsed to the floor. But as I said, it's a pre-show. They want people to buy. They want people to feel good. So Ryder's going to find some way. Maybe even by DQ. I don't know. By some way, he's going to pick up a victory.
All right. Jeff.
I would subscribe to Glow's idea of, making everyone happy with the pre-show, but then again, Epico and Primo won at the WrestleMania pre-show,
Nobody saw
and the
it.
only people who supported that would have been people at the stadium. So I'm picking Kane to win. I don't think they care about Ryder anymore. They're only doing this because of WWE's ADD booking and suddenly remembering it at the last second. I think Kane goes over, reestablishes his dominance a little bit, and wins this match.
Having a stroke there?
Little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a bit.
Cold, who you got?
And fuck this match.
No, we all
The
agree on
correct
that.
answer.
We all agree, fuck this match, but you
I
got
got Kane going over. I have no real reason why other than fuck Zack Ryder. The only thing that's a positive about this match is we get to see Zack Ryder die on YouTube where he was born. Such a fitting end. Life is
Just
full
fitting,
circle
right?
once again.
Yeah. I got Kane pretty convincingly. Becca said the same thing, so yay.
And we really should base our picks off of what Becca picks, considering
Yeah.
she is the lead.
Well, she's in second. If you really want to go by that, go by Matt Knight 20 or whatever the hell his Twitter name is.
Hank Lion.
I think.
I forget, honestly.
What's the rest of the board picking with this match?
Right. It's pretty much all Kane, except for 3 riders right now.
No
Is Super Chris one of them?
Wait,
Super
No,
Chris.
Super Chris is not one of them.
Oh.
I have a question. Do we lose points if we get the bonus question wrong? No, right?
No.
It's only the regular prediction.
Just the predictions.
Okay.
The bonus questions, 0 if you get them wrong, 3 if you get them right.
All right.
Moving on,
I'll take the risk on that.
we're going to the Divas match. Layla versus Beth Phoenix for the Divas title. Jeff.
I think it's pretty obvious Layla's winning here. She just got the title. I don't think they're going to take it off her immediately like they did with Brie Bella or Nikki Bella or whichever one it was that won the title.
Mm,
Should this match get any decent amount of time, it should be pretty interesting and pretty fun, but I don't expect Beth Phoenix to win here. Layla keeps the title.
Glow.
I think Layla's going to keep the titles. Pretty much the same reason, but then I also want to throw on top of that, SummerSlam is coming up in August, and I think they're going to build towards Beth and Karma, if Karma ever decides to enter the ring again, to a match in SummerSlam. So I think this feud is going to last a little bit up until Money in the Bank, and then they transition into that one. So Layla's going to win this.
Cold.
Man, dead ass.
Mm-hmm.
Percy Watkins face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any reason why I would pick against Layla in this match. So, I mean, I don't see Beth winning the title again this soon. And Layla just came back and she's looking pretty good in the ring. So I say let's roll with Layla and see what she got. She never got a real deal run. So give her some burn and see what she can do with it. Layla all the way.
Yeah, Becca and I picked Layla. Don't see any reason why Beth would take it off of her now. D, who you got?
Gotta go with my fellow light skin, Miss Layla L. She's so fine. I might have to steal her from you, Glow.
You know
You
she's
can have it.
darker than Beth, right?
Yeah, but she's light skinned like me, Kyle.
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
See what I did there?
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Clean sweep. Nobody has picked Beth yet.
That's actually surprising.
I would have thought at least one, but
Jensen, but
no,
guess not.
No. Moving on. It's the tag titles. It's
Yay!
it's
So
Jack
what?
Swagger and Dolph Ziggler as the challengers going up against R-Truth and the savior of the tag team division himself, Mr. Kofi Kingston. And God knows I don't want to see this match. For whatever
Why?
reason.
They
I-
always have entertaining matches against one another.
I understand, but
a million times, but they're always like decent to good matches.
yeah, it's just that I've seen Kofi Kingston and random partner A or B versus Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler approximately 600 times since Survivor Series. So I'm kind of sick of it, to be honest with you.
And
I,
see,
I'm just rather sick of Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston, period.
Yeah,
They've had 1,000 matches against one another.
they've
over
been
their
feuding
career.
since '08, it seems.
Wow, you people make me sick.
really.
I'm
is
going to go out. Obviously, this is going to be a very, very, very long live here. And I'm going to say that this match has potential to steal the show.
Well, it has
Kofi
potential to
Kingston-
steal the show. It's not going to, but it has potential to.
Why not? With
Because-
five matches announced on the card, for all we know, they could give this match 20 minutes.
And they could also give this match 12.
They could, and 12 is fine.
And 12
too.
would be
The
fine.
The 4 men that they have in this match,
They could
the
work.
potential for this match is so high, and everyone's just shitting on it from the jump.
Because it's the tag team division.
So what?
It's
But-
going to be a good match.
but
I
the
think
thing
it's gonna
is
be a good match.
that you're not realizing, Jeff, is that the 4 guys involved in the tag team match actually have some heat. Like the crowd actually gives a shit about the people.
It doesn't mean the WWE is going to give it enough time or book it correctly so that it ends up, being something decent. The guys in it are going to perform well, but I don't think that necessarily means the match itself is going to get enough time or enough shine to do anything.
So a 12-minute match between 2 tag teams is not enough time for you.
I mean, it's
Really?
a decent amount of time. I'm not going to necessarily be like, no, that's not enough time. It's 25 minutes. But I'm just saying, it's the WWE. It's the tag division. We know what they think about it. So I'm just a little bit wary about what's going to happen with it and how it's going to go.
Well, obviously
That's nonsense.
they have some faith in Kofi being able to draw in a crowd for a tag team match because they keep putting him in tag teams and putting the fucking belt on him.
Right.
So
They're really sold on him as the tag team savior, ladies and gentlemen.
He is the
You
greatest
haven't got
tag
this
team
by
of all
now.
time. Well,
He's
Scott
Kofi
Steiner is,
Beware.
but-
Oh man,
Wait, don't we have to pick this match? What are we doing?
Oh, we
probably.
discussed it and we're breaking it down. Okay.
Glow. Start with you.
I'm picking Truth and Kofi because they have the tag team savior on this squad. But also, I don't think Ziggler and Swagger's winning these belts anytime soon. I'm still holding out hope that Ziggler breaks away, so I don't want them to have the belts. So I'm picking these 2.
Cold.
I got Truth and Kofi Quences.
I see what you did there.
We're all just gonna make up a name for this team, aren't we?
I think they need the win. I think they're obviously going to get the win as well. I think they have some fans in the back that want to see them succeed as a tag team. And I think now, we were starting to get a little shine with Primo and everything before they got sidelined. Maybe this is a team that the WWE can get behind, even if for a short while. So hopefully they come out with the win and come out looking strong with maybe other teams challenging soon after.
Yeah, Becca and I both picked K-Truth.
hmm
Yeah, we don't really see Swagger or Ziggler winning anything anymore. Because, shit, they can't even beat Brodus Clay. What chance do they have against the tag champs?
But Kyle, nobody can beat Brodus Clay right now.
Stop Wolf Force.
Funk is on a roll.
But,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, K-Truth. D?
I'm going with niggas in Paris.
I don't think they've ever been to Paris, these 2, but
No, they have.
picks,
They've been
4
on a
names.
French tour.
oh yeah, they have.
I don't know if Truth has been.
You can't leave the country,
You
right?
can't go anywhere, I don't think.
He
No,
can
he-
go certain countries,
He can go to certain countries.
Not Canada.
Not Canada.
not Japan.
Definitely not Japan.
Man.
That reminds me. How the fuck did MVP get special permission to go to Japan?
He must have some friends or something.
I think he escaped. And
Because
that's why he stayed there so long, because he couldn't come back.
no, it's simple. The company he works for is affiliated with the Yakuza. Yakuza get everything they want.
Actually, that's a fact, though. They are, like, affiliated. That's not even a joke.
All right. Jeff, you haven't given a pick yet for this, so go.
Blackout wins. Blackout
Blackout.
wins this match.
5 picks, 5 names. Come on, WWE. Give them a name already.
I think they have a name. It's just awful.
Ashtray. I don't know what it's
Ashtray. All right. Before we get in trouble with the FCC, let's move on here. World Heavyweight Championship match. Sheamus defending against Alberto Del Rio, Chris Jericho, and Randy Orton. And, yeah. We haven't really seen the middle two in this storyline. It's pretty much been the Sheamus and Orton show for the last 4 weeks, and then Alberto and Jericho are just an afterthought.
Alberto just gets beat up and hey, look, he's in the match. Yeah, I don't
And
understand.
he got ran train on Raw,
Yep.
Yep.
which
And
was
then-
initiated by Jericho, surprisingly.
Fucking buried.
So, does anybody give Del Rio a shot in hell at this?
No.
Not really.
No.
I didn't give Del Rio a shot in hell when it was a one-on-one match against Sheamus.
Yeah. But you know how unpredictable these fatal four-ways are.
That'll probably be it. He's looked at such a like a non-factor in this that he's going to walk out with the title and surprise everyone.
I was gonna flip a coin on this match
Mm-hmm.
between Orton and Sheamus.
That's what I've been doing all weekend. I can't pick.
My brother sat there in my ear for about 20 minutes and convinced me that Orton was gonna win, and that I was a fool if I didn't pick Orton. So I was like, fuck flipping the coin. That's why I picked Orton.
All right. D.
I'm gonna go out on a huge limb here. I know SmackDown's ratings are dropping like flies, and I know that Sheamus has not exactly worked out exactly how they wanted him to, but I'm gonna go with Sheamus. And I'm the only reason I'm saying that is because I'm predicting that either Jericho or Del Rio is gonna eat the pin after Randy Orton gives them the RKO and Sheamus sneaks out of victory. And it's going to set up a one-on-one feud leading up to SummerSlam between Orton and Sheamus.
All right. Jeff.
I'm going to go ahead and pick Lobster Head here. I think he's going to win this match. He just got it at Mania. I understand that, the fans may not necessarily support him because of 18 seconds, and he still
Not
kind of
his
has a
fault.
little bit of heat for that. But I think the WWE is certainly sold on Sheamus, and I think, since he's just started this run, I don't think they're going to end it so soon. So Sheamus gets the win and keeps the belt. But I do like Dee's idea. I think that may actually be what they go with, is set up a singles feud between Sheamus and Orton, lead into SummerSlam, maybe take the title off of him then, if they take the title off of him.
I don't know, man. That's 3 pay-per-views away. Do you think they can really keep the belt on Sheamus that long?
If they want to.
I think so.
See, well, here's the thing. We've all said it before. They don't give a shit about SmackDown. They don't care. It's the highest fucking drawing show on Sci-Fi. Even on a lean day where they're still drawing a 1-7 or a 1-5. So it really doesn't matter who has the belt on SmackDown because they still make money off of SmackDown on Sci-Fi.
Yeah. Originally, Becca and I both picked Randy Orton, and then after seeing SmackDown last night, I changed my pick to Sheamus. So,
Yes, Sheamus did look strong at the end of SmackDown last night, other than the RKO.
yeah.
The way they ended that match was nice, and he came out looking good.
And let's see. Glow, I haven't talked to you in a
I
bit.
know. It's my pick. I say Sheamus is going to win. And because I think Jericho is leaving soon, And so to get the value out of Jericho, I think they're gonna have him and Orton feud because somehow Jericho's gonna get Orton's way during the match, something, whatever. But they're gonna end up in feud, and Sheamus and Del Rio will finally have the feud that they wanted Del Rio to have. But it'll be far away from SummerSlam, so they can actually do it, and they will transition to D's idea for SummerSlam, will be Orton and Sheamus. And I guess Orton would have to be the heel in that situation. Even though I prefer Sheamus to be the heel, I guess Orton might make another turn by SummerSlam.
Who knows?
But right now, Sheamus gonna win.
I wouldn't even mind Orton going back to heel at this point. He would immensely help out SmackDown's ratings by going back to being a psychotic heel like he was before his turn.
Or kill my grandmother.
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind that, especially since I see Daniel Bryan going over to Raw anyway.
All right, so that huge limb you were going out on, D, literally, it's a huge limb because everybody's on that limb.
Yeah?
Sheamus has got the majority of these picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Randy Orton picks and 1 Chris Jericho pick.
No, I picked Del Rio.
Only
No
5
Del Rio.
Orton to win.
Yep.
See, and here's the thing why I think it's a huge limb, because the ratings are tanking, and like we said, or like you guys said on the previous podcast, WWE's in panic mode right now. Like they need to find somebody who is a draw who isn't John Cena. And Sheamus isn't working out in that regard, even though they're pushing him exactly the same way that they push Cena, where he's a fucking superhero. But the only difference is that, Sheamus, not to say Sheamus isn't a charismatic guy, because I actually like Sheamus, but he's Irish for one, so you're trying to sell that to an American audience. And two, he doesn't have the same level of charisma that a John Cena has.
All right. Moving on to probably the match of the night. WWE title match between CM Punk and Daniel Bryan.
Probably the match of the night.
Yeah, you know.
If it was Bryan Danielson, it'll be a bigger deal to me. I don't know.
All right, Glow. Who you got?
Who did I pick? I picked Punk. I just don't see them giving DB the belt right after him, losing his last match off of Sheamus. And Punk is currently on a roll. He's probably going to hold the belt till SummerSlam. And this feud could stretch out between, it could stretch out up until SummerSlam until they give Punk somebody else. Because I think they're going to use AJ as some sort of linchpin in it until she brings in Cassius Ohno somehow. And for everybody who's worried about it, probably most likely Punk has already smashed AJ behind the scenes, knowing Punk's reputation. So are you guys wondering? Probably already happened. So they're going to find some way to actually incorporate that, and they'll stretch it. But Punk will win this time, and AJ will get the blame from DB.
Jeff.
I went ahead and picked Daniel Bryan to win this match, walk out as the WWE champion. Punk's held the belt for a little bit now, had a nice, decent reign as champion, and I hope the WWE has noticed and realized Daniel Bryan's popularity with the fans, the yes chants, all that stuff. And I think it's time for the submission wrestling train to roll on into a WWE title reign.
D.
Oh, man. I keep going back and forth on this decision.
This is a difficult match to choose, considering everything, the momentum of both men and the popularity.
It's not necessarily just that. It's also, the trend of Raw's ratings tanking. And I look at it from a business perspective. Who is going to make me more money in the long run?
Not Jeff Hardy.
Hashtag first round draft pick.
Sorry, I had to.
Hey, how's that Dolph Ziggler pick working out for
Mighty
you?
fine.
In any event, man. You see, I want so badly for Daniel Bryan to win this match. I
want him to win too. I just don't see it.
I can see it happening. It's just not yet. like there's so much more that they can do with the involvement of AJ, and so much more that they can stretch out, and so much more character development that they can do that I don't expect them to do. It's just so many conflicting ideas in my head. So I'm gonna go with the safe bet and pick CM Punk.
All right. Yeah, Becca and I picked Punk. Maybe next month, if they do it again at No Way Out, I might pick Daniel Bryan. But for now, Punk's got this. Cold. I haven't talked to you about this one yet.
I don't think Daniel Bryan's gonna win. I don't think he needs to win either. I don't think he's in the position to be the top guy technically on Raw, even though John Cena is always the top guy on Raw. But anyway, he has a lot of potential to do a lot of good things as a main guy. But on Raw is completely different from SmackDown. I think he would benefit from a move to Raw, but I think if he moved to Raw, it would just lead to a face turn quicker than anything than it would on SmackDown. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but Raw needs heels more than anything.
It really does.
So if you're really going to move him to Raw and keep him heel, it's not going to benefit anybody in the long term. And if Punk holds the belt until the next pay-per-view, he's, the longest reigning champ in how long?
A while.
Several years.
It was since Cena's reign in 06, I think. That's what I was saying last time.
06, 07, yeah.
Something like that.
The only way that's not going to happen is, Triple H is going to be like, oh, no, he can't do that. But, Punk's going to win. Punk deserves to win. The match is going to go 40 minutes. And it's going to be a submission match to the end, I think. Punk's going to win with the Anaconda Vice and surprise the shit out of everybody.
All right.
And see, before we continue on, one thing that I did neglect to factor in as we were talking about this was, do you guys expect there to be any backlash for his comments, about telling that one of his Twitter followers to drink bleach?
No.
No.
There shouldn't be either.
The backlash was on SmackDown when they let Kane smash him with the chair a few times. That was the backlash.
Yeah, he
losing to Tensai was his backlash.
Yeah, well, so did John Cena. Clean, might I add.
Sure, clean. There's no clean in an Extreme Rules match. When you can have all these people running in and whatnot.
Cleanish.
I don't see any real backlash coming from it.
Yeah. If they were gonna do it, it would have happened by now. They would have suspended him or done something to get the belt off of him.
Man.
If they really didn't want him, representing their company like that, they would have gotten the belt off of him.
They're not going to have him lose to Daniel Bryan because they still don't know what to do with him right now. They're just I see them kind of worried about, because he's getting face pops and they're trying to keep him heel. And his face pops are still there. So I don't think, because that's the same reason why I think they had them fight Lawler instead of anybody else at the Beat the Clock, because you can't really risk putting faces against them and getting booed out the arena for it.
So they'll put a Hall of Famer up against him. And
that's,
like, hey, look.
You could boo Lawler, that's fine with them. But same thing was happening with Sheamus and him. They're not risking it, so I don't think they're going to give him the belt until they contain whatever it is.
So,
which is dumb, but the WWE.
Jeff, you are one of 3 people who picked Daniel Bryan. Everyone else picked Punk.
All right, I'll take that.
And I'm going to go ahead and segue this into our first bonus question.
You're cold already.
The first bonus question, how long, in minutes, round to the nearest minute, will the Daniel Bryan CM Punk match be? So, if it's 14:42, you round up to 15. If it's 17:11, you round down to 17. D, what you got?
18 seconds. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck you.
I'm going to go with... I don't think they're going to get 40 minutes like Cold, but... I'd say 28.
28. Cold said 40.
Fact.
Fact.
Jeff, I believe you said 33 minutes.
33. Not a little bit more than 30. Not nearly 35. Especially not 40. But somewhere in between there, I think they're going to get a decent amount of time to work with, at least.
Glow picked 34.
Yes, I did. They're going to shoot for 35, but come up a little short, and it's going to be 34.
All right. Becca went with 20.
Boo.
I
Long
went.
matches.
I went with 21.
Mhm.
I don't think it's going to be that long of a match, to be honest. It might not even be the longest match of the night.
No, it will be. I can
so?
almost guarantee you that it's going to be the longest match of the night. They're not going to let Johnny Ace Cena go on for too long.
No,
Nah.
not that one.
I
So the
do.
other match might be the 4-way, possibly.
Yeah, the 4-way might go on longer than we want. You know, that one might go
See,
30.
I don't have a problem with that match going on long because all of the guys in ring are competent, if not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but,
The-
you know,
The characters themselves
Yeah.
leave so much more to be desired. But
we know
in
the
terms-
WWE match structure already for this.
yeah. So
Gonna
It
be a
could
bunch of
be,
mini
but I
matches.
don't think that one's going to be too long either.
Unless they go Dragon Gate and have a real 4-way. But then that's just me.
Yeah. The answers for this bonus question ranged from 14 to 40. Almost nobody picked the same number. There were a couple instances like 37 got a couple, 25 got a couple, but for the most part, everyone picked a different number, which was surprising.
Like
can
one
be
person is going to
only
get
one.
this.
There can be only one number that you can pick. All right. Moving on to the main event, and I shudder to say this.
It's going to be the main event.
John Cena versus John Laurinaitis. The match must end with a pin or submission. No managers, valets, superstars allowed in the ringside area. And if anybody interferes, they will be immediately fired from their contracts. So, yeah. That was a mouthful.
Mm-hmm.
Straight
And you-
one-on-one match.
And you know, because they said it, it's going to end up not being a straight one-on-one match. Somehow,
And
some way.
And because it must end with a pin or a submission, that automatically kind of makes it a no count out, no DQ match as well.
Right.
So someone's got to be interfering in this, clearly.
Mhm.
That
And there's
is-
a rather big reason this match could end in John Laurinaitis' favor.
Oh,
You know,
I see what
Jeff,
they did there.
If we were live right now, I would have booted you from the call for that. You're
That
lucky
was a
we're
Jeff
recording this. But, yeah. Big Show is an obvious possibility to interfere in this match just because of all the hoopla surrounding his firing.
You know he wants his job back, or at least he has a lot of passion for his job and was upset about his firing, so he could do something to get his job back. Also
Yeah.
got Lesnar, who could possibly interfere, but I don't think that's going to happen.
And that's the other name that I was going to bring up. Everyone seems to be gravitating towards Big Show. But, you know, Lesnar technically quit, too, so he has no contract to be fired from either.
I just think he's a bit too big in terms of a name to sort of bring in unadvertised and just be like,
Yeah.
look, he interfered in the match.
Yeah.
It's a possibility, and it's certainly an intriguing one, but I don't think they're going to necessarily waste Lesnar by having him show up unannounced to interfere in this match, even though it would make a lot of sense.
Alright, Becca and I chose Johnny Ace. Becca begrudgingly does. She hates the character, but she's still a little bit of a mark, so she really is just booing. She's booing the television screen when he's on the screen, you know? It's good times.
That's good.
That
I miss those
means
days.
that means
he's
you know
working.
the character is working.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's
The
working.
the crowd is finally booing Johnny like full time, especially after the Big Show. And John Cena got almost all cheers on Monday night.
Yeah.
Big
So
Show should get all the credit for that, though.
all this, you can't take Ace off TV. You can't fire him. You can't do all this shit where he's eventually going to get his job back anyways. Just have Ace win. Big Show comes back, heel turn. You have another heel on Raw now. It just works for us. D.
Yeah, I'm going with Johnny Ace simply because, he's like we were talking about when I said, he was going to win the match against Teddy Long's team at WrestleMania. Raw always almost does better when you have a heel authority figure fucking shit up. There is always going to be that inherent desire to want to watch the struggle between good and evil, and Johnny Ace is the epitome of evil right now. So might as well keep him on TV. So Johnny Ace wins, whether it be by hook or crook, and yeah.
All right, Jeff.
Johnny Ace has this. I don't see any way he loses this match. He just got the job at WrestleMania, both shows. You have Big Show and or Brock Lesnar lurking as unemployed possibilities to interfere in the match. I think Ace wins this. John Cena lets another person go over him. First Rock, then Tensai. Not Lesnar, but now Johnny Ace. And the only other note I have is if we don't get an Ace Crusher out of Johnny Ace,
I'm gonna be pissed.
Ace Crusher.
minus 5
Diamond
stars.
Cutter.
If we do get an Ace Crusher, 5 stars. There's no in between. It's either the greatest thing ever or the worst thing ever.
Ace Crusher,
Crusher.
Diamond Cutter, RKO, whatever. Glow, who you got?
I'm also picking Ace for the same reasons. I don't think they're gonna take him off of TV. He's finally being the heel, because as my campaign always says, he was never the heel against Punk. Now he's actually being the heel because he's being a jerk. And I think Big Show's either gonna show up. I'd love to see Batista show up, but that's probably not gonna happen. It always could even be Ric Flair making a debut again because he's having some outs with TNA. I don't know. But somebody's going to come in. And he needs the money. Somebody's going to come in and it's going to...
Got to pay that alimony.
Ace win this match. So I give this to Ace, and not a long match either.
Well, I know, Cole, you originally picked John Cena for this.
Yeah.
Have you changed your mind since then?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Big Johnny. The promo he cut on SmackDown last night was great.
Yeah, it was.
The whole pray for Big Johnny thing had me dying. I want to hate this man so much, but he's so great at his job.
And
he's
then
so entertaining.
All that shit, Punk comes out, and then he basically just tells everyone to go to hell at the end. That was great.
That was a great aspect in addition to the fact that he blamed the fans for superstars who hate their bosses.
Right?
Like, you hate your bosses, so by proxy, you project this onto wrestlers, and they do it to their bosses. That was interesting to me. That's something that I never thought of when it came to those type of feuds. Like, why do certain people back these guys up when they're going against their bosses and such? And it made me think. And it's the first time in a long time that the WWE's done anything where I actually had to sit back and go, wow, that makes sense.
I mean, that's why Austin worked so well, was because everyone knows that struggle that they have against their boss and how much they hate them and how much they loathe them. So
I understand that, but to hear it vocalized by an actual on-screen character, it completely makes it different.
It does.
So for one of the guys to acknowledge that the fans are only cheering for this guy because they hate their bosses and by proxy are living their lives through this wrestler completely changes someone's character.
So in other words, he's still the face, we're the bad guys?
Yes.
Yes, that adds a whole new... He was on point. He does his best job that he thinks is best for everybody.
Right, people power.
What he does, everybody shits on him. So no matter what he does, there's never going to be anything he does right in the fans' eyes. Big Johnny, he blew me away last night. Pause. Pause on
Big
that
Johnny blew me. Yeah. Pause. I'm glad you brought that up though, because the sign of a great heel is always a heel that can say that he is right and always prove that he's actually in the right. It's not that he's doing anything heelish. It's just that we're the bad guys and we just don't understand what he's doing. But he's doing everything that's right in his own eyes. And it's true. Ace is a great character.
Johnny Ace for president.
People power.
Wait for it. We got a few months until the election. You know something's going to happen.
Write-in ballots.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna get fired, and then they're not gonna have anyone at general manager, and Big Johnny's going to run for general manager of both shows.
That's
See?
funny.
See?
Yeah.
Putting it together.
All right.
Against the mystery GM.
So, long story short here, everyone but 4 people picked Ace. 4 people picked Cena. And that's the card. 5 matches plus the YouTube match. And then that brings me to our second bonus question.
What a segue.
Yes.
Hey-o!
I want you guys to name a match that you believe will be added to the card the day of the show. If you don't think one will be added, say so. Jeff.
My prediction is another Cody Rhodes versus Santino Marella champion versus champion match. They've been riding this train for at least a week now, and I think
terrible. I'm sorry.
it makes sense in terms of just, they both have the belt. They're both fairly important, or at least should be fairly important for the shows. They don't have anything to do currently, so why not put them in a match against one another, like they have the past week?
I'm tired of the WWE dumping on their belts like that. This is the United States belt and the Continental belt. It should not be snuck onto any card in no backdoor way. It's supposed to be a big deal.
Well, trust me, I agree.
I'm not going to rant. No, you're probably right, too. It's probably really going to happen. But I'm just tired of them dumping on their belts. They do it all the time.
Every belt except the WWE belt.
I don't want to Cena's holding that.
No, they're even doing that now.
Yeah.
Only if Cena's holding the belt, they don't dump on it. But I digress. I'm sorry,
Alright,
Jeff.
Glow. Who you got in this new match?
Brodus Clay versus The Miz. Because it didn't happen again this week. And I figured it was going to happen again sometime. So they'll sneak Miz onto the card. He always needs a payday.
Yeah. I went with Cody and Santino again. Just because they've been yelling at each other on Twitter lately, so it just seems like it's going to happen, at least in my eyes.
What we're going to actually get, though, is we're going to get Cody and not Cody and Brodus, Santino and Brodus versus Cody and Miz.
Yeah.
We're all going to get fucked up.
I was close to saying that, but then I'm like, no, that would make too much sense. Cold.
I'm going with the monster Ryback.
Woo!
Shark swimming with dolphins against Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
He's gonna beat that bum Drew McIntyre into the future endeavor line with the Big Show.
Oh, man. All right, D.
Yeah, I'm gonna co-sign on Colds and say Drew McIntyre versus Ryback.
Well, congratulations. You two, along with someone else, 3 people, that's the most... Oh, no, I'm sorry. My bad. You 3 got Ryback versus Drew Mac, but a lot of people went with Brodus and Miz.
But both of those matches can happen on this card. There's enough time.
Shit.
I still think
all of these matches
could happen.
Becca, who you got?
Too long, actually.
The bonus question. Santino and Cody? Alright. There. Now she's done.
That's what she said?
Haha. Shut up. Yeah, there
Monthly
was
deposit.
Shut up. There was actually a pretty big range here. Cody versus Santino, Brodus Miz, Tensai versus Tatsu, Ryback versus Jobber, Ryback versus Jobbers, Ryback versus JTG, Cody versus Santino, Santino versus Miz for the U.S. title.
And
Again?
morons like Roe who were too lazy to make any picks.
But
Ro.
anyways,
The row slander is real.
that's it. That's our show.
And that's the card.
That's all of
Yay!
We're not talking about anything else. That's it.
That's it.
That is a
All right.
prediction show.
Woo!
I don't know if I'm
Yay!
to this
Yeah.
pay-
Raw.
I just
Yeah.
want it over with, but there's a pay-per-view tomorrow. So I'll try to get through it and try to enjoy it.
All right, so be sure to join us at our live stream channel. We're not going to be broadcasting the pay-per-view, obviously, but we are going to be having a live chat with everybody. So be sure to join us tomorrow night at 8 Eastern.
And also, don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, donate to the PayPal, buy the T-shirt. Take care. Braid your hair. Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Send me nudes of your girl.
Also, help Cold raise his kids.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Peace.